Welcome to a special breaking news edition of our comprehensive sports coverage, an absolute masterclass in cross-generational synergy and an incredible development that has the entire tennis world buzzing with sheer excitement. I am thrilled to bring you a story today that transcends the ordinary, daily updates of the Women's Tennis Association Tour. This is a narrative that bridges a gap between legendary greatness and the explosive, limitless potential of the future. We are talking about a monumental, highly unexpected, and utterly breathtaking alliance on the lush green lawns of Germany. If you are a fan of tennis history, if you are a follower of phenomenal rising talent, or if you simply appreciate the beautiful unpredictability of sports, you are going to want to listen to every single word of this broadcast. The breaking headline that is reverberating across the globe, sending shockwaves through social media, and sparking widespread celebrations, particularly in the Philippines, is this. The 19-year-old Filipino tennis sensation, Alexandra Eala, has teamed up with none other than the transcendent, iconic, 7-time Grand Slam singles champion, Venus Williams. And they are not just playing together for exhibition. They are competing at the highest level, and they are winning. This unprecedented dream team has officially marched into the doubles quarterfinals of the prestigious WTA 500 Bad Homburg Open, a crucial lead-up tournament to the hallowed grounds of Wimbledon. Let's take a moment to truly absorb the magnitude of this pairing, because the context here is absolutely staggering. On one side of the net, you have Venus Williams, an American sporting deity, a woman who fundamentally revolutionized the power dynamics of women's tennis, a 5-time Wimbledon singles champion, and a player who possesses a resume so decorated it reads like mythology of modern athletics. Venus has achieved everything there is to achieve in this sport, including capturing 14 Grand Slam doubles titles alongside her sister Serena. On the other side, you have Alexandra Eala, the shining beacon of Philippine tennis, a young woman who has carried the weight of a nation's sporting hopes on her shoulders since she was a junior standout at the Rafa Nadal Academy, and who is rapidly transforming those hopes into a brilliant, undeniable reality on the professional tour. The fact that these two distinct eras of tennis have converged, sharing the exact same side of the court, reading each other's movements, and strategizing together, is nothing short of poetic. The magic unfolded on a beautiful Wednesday night under the lights in Bad Homburg, Germany. Teaming up for the very first time, an alliance that nobody saw coming, Eala and Williams faced a formidable, battle-tested duo of American Alexandra Osborne and Australian Catherine Harrison in the opening round of 16. The anticipation was palpable. Questions swirled. How would the veteran instincts of the grass-court maestro blend with the youthful, aggressive, and highly kinetic baseline game of the Filipino teenager? Would there be a clash of styles, or a seamless integration of talents? The answer came swiftly and decisively. Eala and Williams dismantled their opponents in straight sets, recording a commanding 6-3, 6-4 victory. It was a performance characterized by supreme confidence, brilliant shot-making, and undeniable chemistry that looked as though they had been playing together for years, rather than hours. As is tradition, the victory was sealed with Venus Williams' trademark, joyous twirl, a beautiful sight that was elevated by the presence of a beaming Alex Eala right beside her. The reaction to this victory has been nothing short of explosive. Across the globe, fans and analysts alike are marveling at this partnership. In the Philippines, the response has been a tidal wave of national pride. News outlets and social media platforms have been flooded with footage of fans and families celebrating this historic milestone. It is not every day that a rising star from Southeast Asia gets to share the court, exchange high fives, and strategize between points with one of the greatest athletes to ever pick up a tennis racket. For Alex Eala, this is a masterclass, an unparalleled mentorship happening in real time under the pressure of a WTA 500 event. It is a profound validation of her talent, a clear signal from the universe and the tennis establishment that she belongs among the elite. But to truly appreciate the weight of this opening hook, we must understand the environment. The grass court season is the most distinct, challenging, and fleeting period on the tennis calendar. Unlike hard courts or clay, grass is a living, breathing surface that changes as the tournament progresses. It demands a specific skill set. Lightning-fast reflexes, the ability to bend extremely low to retrieve skidding balls, a heavy, unreturnable serve, and the courage to move forward and close down the net with crisp, decisive volleys. Venus Williams is royalty on this surface. Her wingspan, her innate understanding of grass court positioning, and her legendary serve have made her one of the most feared grass court players in history. By standing next to Venus, Eala is absorbing decades of grass court wisdom by mere osmosis. Every whispered tactical adjustment, every subtle shift in positioning, every word of encouragement from Venus is an invaluable lesson for the young Filipino star. This 6-3, 6-4 victory over Osborne and Harrison was not merely a first-round win. It was a loud, resonant statement of intent. They broke serve, they held their nerve during crucial pressure points, and they showcased a tremendous blend of power and finesse. The left-handed, heavy topspin of Eala perfectly complemented the flat, penetrating, right-handed strikes of Williams. It is a tactical nightmare for opponents trying to find a rhythm against two entirely different ball trajectories and spins. This is the breaking news that is redefining the narrative of the Bad Homburg Open. It is no longer just a warm-up tournament. It has become the stage for one of the most captivating storylines of the year. The generational bridge has been crossed. The legendary veteran and prodigious rookie have found common ground, and they are advancing with purpose, power, and an undeniable joy for the game. Now, I will transition into our deep dive analysis. Let us unpack the layers of this extraordinary development, looking closely at the tactical implications, the recent context of Alex Eala's phenomenal rise, the intricacies of the upcoming quarterfinal matchup, and what this means to the broader landscape of the WTA Tour as we hurtle toward Wimbledon. To thoroughly analyze this moment, we must first look at the astonishing momentum that Alexandra Eala has brought into this tournament in Germany. You simply cannot view this doubles partnership in a vacuum. Eala is not just showing up to play doubles. She is in the midst of the most spectacular, career-defining run of form she has ever experienced on the professional circuit. Just days prior to arriving in Bad Homburg, Eala sent shockwaves through the tennis ecosystem at the WTA 500 Berlin Open. Her performance there was nothing short of revelation, a masterclass in resilience and fearless, attacking tennis. She did not just navigate the draw. She actively dismantled some of the biggest names in the sport. Let us review that astonishing run in Berlin, because it provides the essential foundation for understanding her current mindset. First, Eala conquered the highly experienced Croatian veteran Dana Vekic, a player known for her heavy hitting and grass court prowess. That victory alone was a massive statement. But Eala was far from finished. In the next round, she achieved the biggest win of her entire career, stunning the world number 2 and former Wimbledon champion, Elena Rybakina. Beating Rybakina on grass, a surface tailor-made for the Kazakh's thunderous serve and flat ground strokes, requires a level of tactical perfection and mental fortitude that very few teenagers possess. Eala absorbed the pace, redirected the power, and executed her game plan with absolute, icy precision. Following that monumental upset, Eala proved it was no fluke by ousting the incredibly resilient world number 8, Alina Svitolina, to reach the Berlin Open semifinals. While her miraculous run eventually concluded with a hard-fought loss to a formidable Czech opponent in the semis, the damage was done, and her reputation was forever elevated. Eala proved, without a shadow of a doubt, that she possesses the weaponry, the intellect, and the psychological strength to defeat top 10 players on the fastest, most unforgiving surface in tennis. She returned to the WTA Top 30 rankings with a vengeance. Therefore, when Alex Eala stepped onto the doubles court in Bad Homburg alongside Venus Williams, she did not step on as a timid, starstruck rookie. She stepped on as a proven giant slayer, surging with an immense wave of hard-earned confidence. This recent success is precisely why a legend like Venus Williams would choose to partner with her. Venus, at this stage of her unparalleled career, carefully selects her tournaments and her partners. She plays for the sheer, unadulterated love of competition. She recognizes talent, she recognizes fire, and she undoubtedly saw the incredible heart and capability that Eala displayed in Berlin. For Venus, playing with Eala offers a brilliant injection of youthful energy and left-handed versatility. For Eala, the benefits are infinitely vast. Let us analyze the tactical synergy of this specific pairing. Doubles tennis is an entirely different beast compared to singles. It is a game of angles, rapid-fire reactions, court positioning, and nonverbal communication. Having a left-handed and right-handed combination is inherently advantageous. It means that both players can place their forehands, typically their strongest shots, in the center of the court, creating a fortress of power down the middle, or they can cover the alleys with their natural swings. Eala's heavy. Looping left-handed forehand forces opponents into awkward, high-bouncing defensive positions, creating the perfect opportunity for Venus Williams to do what she does best, aggressively intercept the weak reply at the net with a devastating, unplayable volley. Venus's towering presence at the net is intimidating enough on its own. Paired with Eala's relentless baseline pressure, it becomes a claustrophobic tactical puzzle for anyone on the other side of the net. This synergy was on full display in their 6-3, 6-4 dismantling of Osborne and Harrison. Osborne and Harrison are competent, capable professionals, but they were simply outclassed by the sheer star power, heavy hitting, and strategic dominance of the Williams-Eala pairing. The statistics from that match highlight a dominant serving performance, clean returns, and an ability to capitalize on break points when it mattered most. Eala showed no signs of fatigue from her deep run in Berlin. Instead, she looked sharp, focused, and visibly thrilled to be sharing the stage with a living legend. But the road ahead gets significantly steeper, and this is where our analysis must turn toward the upcoming quarterfinal clash. The honeymoon phase of the first-round victory is over, and now the tournament gets incredibly serious. In the quarterfinals, Eala and Williams are slated to face the second-seeded team of Slovakian Tereza Milikova and British player Olivia Nichols. Make no mistake, Milikova and Nichols represent a massive, specialized challenge. They are not two singles players deciding to play doubles for extra practice. They are a dedicated, highly ranked doubles unit. Both Milikova and Nichols are currently ranked number 29 in the world in doubles. They understand the intricate geometry of the doubles court. They move in flawless tandem, and their communication is automatic. Milikova and Nichols demonstrated their elite pedigree in their own first-round match, where they clinically defeated the Chinese duo Xinyu Jiang and Yifan Su with a commanding 6-2, 6-3 scoreline. They are comfortable on the grass. They serve well, and they will target any perceived weakness in the newly formed Williams-Eala partnership. The key to this upcoming quarterfinal will be how well Venus and Alex can manage the synchronized, aggressive net play of the second seeds. Milikova and Nichols will try to isolate the teenager, testing Eala's volleying skills and attempting to force communication breakdowns between the American and the Filipino. To counteract this, Eala will need to rely heavily on her phenomenal returning skills, aim and keep the ball low over the net to prevent the British-Slovakian pair from executing easy put-away volleys. Venus will need to dominate her service games, utilizing her powerful first serve to yield free points, and she must command the net space, acting as a disruptive force against the polished maneuvers of the established double specialists. This quarterfinal is a classic matchup. The raw, explosive talent and legendary aura of a newly formed super team against the finely tuned, well-oiled machinery of a seeded doubles partnership. It is going to be a tactical chess match played at 100 miles per hour on a slippery grass surface. Looking at the wider draw of the Bad Homburg doubles tournament, the landscape has already been shaken up by significant upsets, proving that anything is possible. The top-ranked pair in the tournament, American Nicole Mellicher-Martinez and New Zealander Aaron Routliffe, were unexpectedly ousted by the unseeded Slovenian pair of Andrea Klepik and Nika Radicic in a thrilling three-set battle, 6-4, 4-6, 10-2. Klepik and Radicic are now set to face Indonesian Aldila Suciati and veteran Vera Zvonareva. Furthermore, the number 4 seeded pair of Ukrainian Ludmila Kichenik and American Desiree Crouchick also fell in the first round to the German-British duo of Tamara Korpach and Emily Webley-Smith. Meanwhile, the third seeds Ellen Perez of Australia and Demi Shores of the Netherlands narrowly survived a brutal match to advance. What does this widespread chaos in the draw tell us? It tells us that the doubles field in Bad Homburg is incredibly open. The traditional hierarchy has been disrupted, with the first and fourth seeds already eliminated. The path to the championship is suddenly illuminated with possibility. If Eala and Williams can channel their combined star power and tactical acumen to bypass the stringent test of the second-seeded Milikova and Nichols, they will find themselves in profoundly advantageous position to make a run at the title. Beyond the immediate results of this tournament, the psychological and developmental impact of this deep dive into doubles with Venus Williams will be a transformative milestone in Alexandra Eala's career. Tennis is as much a mental battle as it is a physical exertion. It can be a lonely, isolating sport. But for Eala to spend days practicing, strategizing and competing alongside a woman who has navigated the brightest spotlights and the highest pressure scenarios for over 2 decades is a priceless education. Venus can teach Eala the nuances of match management, the art of emotional regulation during critical points, and the sheer audacity required to impose your will upon an opponent. When Eala eventually returns to the singular focus of her singles career, stepping onto the courts at Wimbledon or the hard courts of the U.S. Open later this year, she will carry with her the indelible lessons learned from a 7-time Grand Slam champion. She will serve with a little more authority. She will approach the net with a little more clarity. And she will possess an internal belief that has been validated by one of the absolute greatest to ever play the game. This partnership is not just a delightful news story. It is an active, ongoing investment in the future of Philippine and global tennis. It is a brilliant strategic move for Eala, placing her in a high-pressure, high-reward environment right before the most prestigious tournament in the world. As we wrap up our deep dive analysis and move toward the final thoughts on this incredible breaking news story, it is vital to recognize the overarching beauty of this moment. This is what makes following professional sports so incredibly rewarding. We are witnessing the beautiful collision of a glorious, legendary past and a bright, unwritten future. In conclusion, the story of Alexandra Eala and Venus Williams marching into the quarterfinals of the WTA 500 Bad Homburg Open is a multifaceted triumph that deserves every ounce of the global attention it is currently receiving. It is a story of a 19-year-old prodigy from the Philippines, fresh off a giant-slaying run in Berlin, where she took down the likes of Rybakina and Svitolina, stepping into the immense shadow of a 40-plus-year-old American icon, and discovering that she not only belongs in that space, but she thrives in it. Their commanding 6-3, 6-4 opening round victory over Alexandra Osborne and Catherine Harrison was a beautiful display of complementary tennis, a masterful blend of Eala's relentless, youthful baseline power and Venus Williams' timeless, unparalleled grass court geometry and net presence. They proved immediately that this was not merely a ceremonial pairing. It is a highly functional, dangerous, and motivated doubles team capable of dismantling experienced opponents. As they prepare to face the severe test of the second-seeded doubles specialists, Teresa Milikova and Olivia Nichols, the stakes are undeniably higher. It will require an elevated level of communication, rapid tactical adjustments, and fearless execution. But regardless of the outcome of this impending quarterfinal clash, the profound impact of this partnership has already been firmly established. History has already been written on the grass courts of Germany. For Venus Williams, this run is a testament to her enduring, unbreakable love for the sport of tennis. She continues to inspire, to compete, and to graciously pass the torch, offering her vast reservoirs of knowledge to the next generation of potential champions. For Alexandra Eala, this experience is an accelerator for her career, an unparalleled masterclass in professionalism, tactical execution, and championship mentality that no amount of solo practice could ever replicate. She is absorbing the aura of a legend, and the confidence she gains from this week will undoubtedly fuel her journey as she climbs the rigorous ranks of the WTA Singles Tour. This tournament in Bad Homburg has transformed into a mandatory viewing experience, a captivating prelude to the upcoming Wimbledon Championships. It is a reminder that sports are fundamentally about human connection, about mentorship, and about the thrilling, relentless pursuit of greatness across generations. We will be watching this quarterfinal matchup with bated breath, analyzing every point and witnessing how this remarkable alliance performs against elite, seeded opposition. Thank you for joining me for this extensive, deep dive into one of the most surprising, heartwarming, and tactically fascinating developments of the tennis season. If you enjoyed this comprehensive breakdown, if you are rooting for this cross-generational dream team, and if you want to stay updated on all the intricate details of professional tennis landscape, please consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you believe Eala and Williams have the firepower and the chemistry to bypass the second seeds and ultimately claim the title here in Germany? What does this mean for Alex Eala's prospects at Wimbledon? I want to hear your analysis. Keep your eyes on the grass courts. Keep supporting the incredible journey of these athletes. And remember that in the world of professional sports, the most magical moments are often the ones we never saw coming. Until next time, stay passionate about the game, and I will see you in the next broadcast.